Hey guys, Jev here, bringing you yet another guide. Today's topic is going to be on the Unholy Death Knight patch 4.3. As always, we're going to try to keep this as short and simple as humanly possible, so let's get down to business. Let's begin by discussing the stat priority list for an Unholy Death Knight. Your main priority should be strength. Strength cannot be reforged into, so we should get as much of it as possible. After that, you want to make sure you're hit capped. The hit cap is 8%. Next on the list, we have haste. More haste means more sudden doom procs, and it also affects our rune regeneration. After that, you want to go for crit. Not only can crit double our damage, but thanks to the new patch, our minions can now inherit our critical strike rating. Going down the list, we have Mastery. Mastery increases all shadow damage done up to a certain percent. And last but not least, we have Expertise. The reason Expertise is at the bottom of our list is simply because the majority of our damage is going to be coming from either our spells or our minions, which don't require Expertise. Next, let's talk about your enchants. For your head slot, you want plus 60 strength and 35 mastery. On your shoulders, you want to have plus 50 strength and 25 critical strike rating. On your back piece, you want to have plus 65 critical strike rating. And on your chest piece, plus 20 to all stats. On your bracers, plus 50 strength. And for your gloves as well, you're going to want plus 50 strength. Don't forget to add a belt buckle. This will allow you to socket an extra gem. And on your legs, you should have 190 attack power and plus 55 critical strike rating. Over here on your boots, you want to have plus 50 haste. Last but not least, for your weapon, you should have Rune of the Fallen Crusader. Next, let's talk about gemming. Do not ignore the socket bonus if the bonus is at least plus 20 strength, plus 40 haste, plus 40 crit, or plus 40 mastery. If the bonus is not this, then go ahead and ignore the socket bonus by gemming plus 50 strength. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's do this. For every red socket, you want plus 50 strength. For every yellow socket, plus 25 strength and plus 25 haste. And for every blue socket, plus 25 strength and plus 25 hit. And don't forget about the meta gem. That one you should have plus 54 strength and 3% increased critical damage. Don't forget, you should only match the socket color if the bonus grants you at least plus 20 strength, plus 40 haste, mastery, or crit. Now let's talk about reforging. Once you reach the hit cap, ask yourself this question. Does the piece have haste on it? If it doesn't, reforge into haste. But if it does, then ask yourself this next question. Does the piece have crit on it? If it doesn't, reforge into crit. But if it does, then there's no need to reforge because the piece has both haste and crit on it. For example, over here on my boots, I have haste and I have crit, so there's no need to reforge. Over here on my weapon, I have haste and mastery, but I don't have crit, so I went ahead and reforged mastery into crit. Over here on my ring, I have crit and I have hit, but I don't have haste, so I went ahead and reforged crit into haste. If you think you have enough extra hit, go ahead and reforge hit into haste instead of crit. Don't forget to take a look at my stat priority list if you get confused as to which stat you should be reforging. Remember, expertise is the least favorite stat, so it should be reforged most of the time. Next, let's talk about the rotation of an Unholy Death Knight. Unholy Death Knights still use what's called a priority rotation, meaning that certain abilities have priority over other abilities. Let's begin with the top of the list. Your main priority should be to keep your diseases up. This puts a dot on your target and can increase the amount of damage that Scourge Strike can deal up to 36%. After that, we have Dark Transformation. Whenever we use our Death Coils, a Shadow Infusion buff will be applied to our ghoul, which is capable of stacking up to 5 times. We can then consume these stacks to transform our ghoul into a more powerful undead monstrosity for the next 30 seconds. This is a huge factor in your overall DPS, so we should maximize the uptime of Dark Transformation. Next on the list we have Death Coil, but only if your runic power capped, or Sudden Doom procs. Your main hand auto attacks have a chance to make your next Death Coil cost no runic power. This is what Sudden Doom does, and we should use it if none of the above are available. After that we have Death and Decay. We should keep this on cooldown by using it every time it's up. Next on the list is Scourge Strike, and if for some reason its runes are on cooldown, going down to the next one we have Festering Strike. This will increase the duration of our diseases by an extra 6 seconds. We should only use this to extend the disease time long enough to make it to the next outbreak. Next on the list we have Death Coil, and if for some reason Death Coil is unavailable, then go ahead and use Horn of Winter for any downtime you may have. Next, let's talk about your cooldowns. Outbreak is a 1-minute cooldown, and it applies your dots directly to your target, costing no runes at all. We should use this to refresh our dots. If you have any trinkets, go ahead and use those because they can also increase your DPS. Next to that we have Unholy Frenzy. This will enrage its target, increasing their ranged and melee haste by 20%, but it also causes them to lose 20% of their maximum health over the next 30 seconds. Be smart about when you use this. Next to that we have Blood Tap. This is a 30-second cooldown if you spec into it properly. This will activate a blood rune and convert it into a death rune, which we can use to get off an extra attack or use an extra ability for when our runes are depleted. Next to that, we have Empower Rune Weapon. This one has a 5-minute cooldown, and what it does is it refreshes all of your runes, generating 25 runic power in the process. So if you just got done opening up on your rotation, and all your runes are on cooldown, don't sweat it. All you gotta do is pop this, all your runes are refreshed, and you get to open up all over again. Next to that, we have Summon Gargoyle. This one has a 3-minute cooldown, and we should only use it after we've activated our strength increasing abilities. The more attack power that we have, the more damage that your gargoyle will do. Next to that we have Anti-Magic Shell. This one has a 45-second cooldown. Not only does it absorb spell damage, but thanks to our talent points in magic suppression, it also generates runic power for the amount absorbed. Use this at the right time and you will be spamming Death Coil. Last but not least, we have Army of the Dead. This is a 10-minute cooldown and should only be used within a raid. Use it anywhere else and it could interfere with the mechanics of the fight. That about sums it all up. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, don't forget to subscribe, like, favorite, or even comment down below if you have any questions about the video. If you'd like to view the spec and glyphs that I highly recommend, go ahead and click on the link down below in the description box. And remember, friends don't let friends do bad DPS, so spread the word.